Welcome back to the Library Show. We've got a nice treat today for the witches out there. We're going to grow some white sage. White sage. It's a California native, I think. Doesn't say on here, but the Native Americans use it for smudge sticks. Those big bundles of sage you get, and you burn it. Cleanse your house of evil spirits, and apparently good for that kind of stuff. Witchcraft, wizardry, warlocks, I don't know what, Wicca, I don't know what you want to call it. But anyway, it's a nice herb as well. Quite hard to find. I found this one from Chiltern Seeds. A decent price. I'm not sure there's too many seeds in there, but we'll give that a go. I want to grow some shrubs in the garden, and also less exotic than the white sage is some thyme. Just a bog standard. Buy one of these in the shop. We're going to propagate them today in my little seed tray propagator. So first thing first, need a bit of water. Get it nice and moist. Too wet. It's actually quite dry at the minute, so let it sink in there. And half of this is going to be sage, which I'll put the packet in so we know it's there. And the other half will be thyme. Thyme, as some people say. So anyway, press down nicely there already. So well prepared. See how much of each seed we have, so I can determine how many plugs to give each one. I think there's definitely more time. Like good amount of seeds in there. It says about average 1,000. So you're just going to be spreading all that in your propagator. These ones are a bit more expensive. Harder to come by, or more expensive to come by. You'll get them, you just have to pay more. And there is not very many. So what we can do, there's one more in there. Come on, don't want to waste you. Got them all. We will spread these on now. These need light to germinate. So what you want to do, sow them on the surface of your soil. Just give them a light press down once they're in their little plugs. Don't bother adding any more soil, stick them on top, because it will block out the light and they will not germinate. Apparently these are quite hard to germinate anyway, so give as much chance as possible. One more there, come on. Let's go here. So there in that half, lovely jubbly. That's our Salvia apiana, white sage. Ready for some nice sage bushes for the garden. Like regular sage is obviously green, it's got that kind of, what's it called? It's not like a vibrant green, it's more dusty. Oh, these actually smell like thyme, these thyme seeds, which, not really surprising, comes off the flowers, doesn't it? Again with these, to sow them on the surface of the soil. So many here, I might even keep some aside. Yeah, that will do. Sow them on the surface. Warm position, temperature of 15 to 20 is ideal. Keep moist, that's what the propagator's for. You stick the lid on, it will keep the humidity, it'll keep that soil nice and moist. So you don't have to worry about watering it once they're young and vulnerable. You know, you could a splash of this and it's going to disrupt the seeds moving around everywhere. These seedlings usually appear in 14 to 28 days, so give it a couple of weeks. I think these are similar, 7 to 14 days, and they need a bit hotter to germinate. So I will be using a heat mat, which I normally use for my beers, but I've got one that's almost fermented, so it won't do any harm taking it off the mat. And we will leave these in a nice sunny position. Need lots of light for these to germinate. Light and heat and moisture, and just leave it, let it do its thing, and then hopefully in 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, something like that, we'll have some nice seedlings ready. Take the lid off them, just let them grow. Once they're big enough, pot them on into bigger pots, and once the frost is gone, around May here, you can plant them outside. Just put the pot outside, let it get acclimatised to the different temperature outside, because it's still cooler at night and stuff, isn't it? Once they're acclimatised, you can find their position. You can leave them in pots. They grow quite well in pots. Sage is a good one for some ground cover. Not sage. Thyme is a good one for ground cover, because it sort of spread along. You get that lovely fragrant thyme smell in your garden, which is amazing. And, you do some thyme grass. Get rid of that old grass in your garden. What use has grass got? It's just there. You just walk on it. Walk on the thyme instead. All those aromas will just blast you up your nose whilst you're walking along. Very herbally, refreshing, invigorating. Yeah. So these are evergreen up to a certain extent. So once they're well established, and as long as the winters aren't too harsh, they should keep growing, and they'll come back every year. Even if they do lose their herbs in the winter from the cold, they will come back the next year. And I think they self-seed as well, quite readily. So Thyme's a good one. Salvia, Apiana, white sage. This one grows into a good bush. Nice and hardy. It's a hardy shrub, it says on the packet. So just leave them, let them grow. Good amount of length on them before you start harvesting the stems for either cooking or your smudge sticks or your other witchcraft activities. So, cheers guys, hope you liked the video. I'll stop rambling.
Hey DJ, give me a beat. It's the Lion Brew Show. I cook too. Do some gardening and foraging stuff. Terrible raps. Like, subscribe, and all that crap.